Okay, so there are basically a few ways that I can do these vlogs, and one of these ways is by doing voiceovers of kind of how the training went. Today, on this particular day, was segment runs, and for speed endurance, and I'm really thinking about um, dropping these and going on to something different, more true speed endurance work. I always like starting lower and building on. I think I could run a decent looking 80 meters right now, more so than a 150. And truthfully, I don't even know if it needs to get to 150. I think 120 could give the effect I desire. And for me, those runs are used to run as far as I can at my absolute best. And if my performance dips or technique deteriorates too much, then it's too long and probably not helping much with what I'm trying to get from it. And I think that's something that I will explore and really get down on paper and really play around with it. The thing will be making sure the weather is always 60 degrees, because 60 degrees in February has been a really odd day for us. But I just don't think I need to run, say, a 230 for an efficient 200. And granted, my focus is 100. I still want to run well over 200. But I think becoming more efficient will make me faster, and thus having a little bit more speed reserve at the end without burning myself out with, these insane long sprints. Not that segment runs are long, but, I just felt a little bit almost. It felt like a little bit of a wasted session afterwards. And anytime you ask yourself that, then you need to really go back and really assess kind of what went wrong and how you can progress training further for you. And many people don't know this. Like the year I ran 10:44 in 2013, the longest I ever did was 80 meters. I never went past that. That's probably why I didn't hit 10:3s that year, is because I didn't go past 80s. But I think if I want to reach my goals this year, I don't think I need to go, really even past 120, 130. And we can play around with it and see. But uh, I think that's kind of the direction I'm heading right now. Um, you just saw some heavy sled pulls. This is my first time doing these. Basically, the reason behind doing that is the people who decrease in the ratio of force the least run the fastest. So, for example, those who do not lose horizontal force production as they continue to accelerate are the fastest accelerators. So light sleds aren't enough stimulus to train this. Light sleds are more geared towards true speed training, in my opinion, whereas a heavy sled forces you to get into the aggressive angles and forcefully apply force back into the ground, if that makes any sense at all. And I think it would be really effective for me to feel that more forceful push and to work on projecting more each step during acceleration and really just hitting the proper angles. I had a tough time, if you watch my outdoor prep presentation earlier, I had a tough time just hitting those proper angles out of the block. So I think going back to these, and if you can watch the video closely in those heavy sleds, you notice I am really hitting uh, really good angles in that. Then I went on to some Hain high pulls, and Hain high pulls are a good way to generate lactate. On a day like today in speed endurance, I still wanted to generate some lactate, and I actually got that from Bush Exnator, and he mentions multiple times that you can generate lactate on the platform, and by sticking that into my repeated effort days, so I did 6 sets of 5 with 30 to 90 seconds rest. My first 3 sets were at 225, and then I dropped down to 185. Then you just saw a overhead med ball throw. I concluded that for my culminating activity to kind of reset and remind the body to be explosive and powerful. And I really like finishing out with that on a certain day like today. I was hitting really good angles with that, getting really good extension with that overhead med ball throw as well. Now I'm just finishing up with some barefoot rudiment series. It's like what Dan Paff does a little bit, but I kind of derived it a little bit towards my own, geared towards me, I guess. So I did double leg forward backward, 20 meters, and then I did single leg forward backward, 20 meters, and then I went to single leg left, left, right, right for 20 meters, and then at the end you will see me go to side hops. I don't really like going like single leg or double leg side to side and like actively move with that for like a distance. Like I much prefer just to do reps, and I think this really helps strengthen the lower limbs and really get that barefoot. Just going barefoot, just connecting with the ground is just an awesome feeling. I'm doing it here on field turf, and it's not the same as grass, but it's pretty close. And for indoors, it's probably the best I've ever had, obviously. And I really think rudiment kind of restores that elastic quality into the tissues of the lower limbs as well. Well, that will be it. Please subscribe, leave a thumbs up, like the video, share, and I hope you continue to watch these videos. Thanks.